Hello guys, good afternoon. Yesterday we
Good
had
afternoon, sir.
very basics, very basics of the HTML. We have seen the configuration setup, how to download and install Visual Studio Code, and how to configure and install some of the extensions. Now, open the Visual Studio Code, select the folder HTML, right click, open with the code. Guys, can you able to see my screen? Online people, please confirm.
Yes, sir.
Right click on this HTML folder, open with the code. Now, in the meantime, I'll be downloading two images for our learning purpose in the Pixabay. So something like technology. So I'll be downloading these two images. Save image as. Instead of that, just click on that image and you can able to download the full version. Pre-download. You can able to choose the dimension also. Download. Now click on this checkbox. I'm not a robot. Then download. Now, where it is available, show in folder. I'm renaming this to Apple laptop. This is the JPG file. Then simply, I'm going to search for another image. Pixabay. Download any image. Click on the download. Show in folder. Rename it just to Pixabay. Okay. We have our images ready. Yesterday we have seen external links, external links, external links. So for example, in the href attribute, we are supplying one web resource URL. It can be anything. In this case, facebook.com. Now make sure that whatever you are pasting here, this should be proper. Path should be proper. Otherwise, go to the website, then copy the link, you can paste it here. Now observe, in this case, the images, whatever we have downloaded, Pixabay, external links, HTML, I'm replacing with Pixabay. Now observe, we have the images folder as well. Images folder as well. Now what I'll do, inside the images folder, I'm copying these two. Refresh. Yesterday we have seen that if I say something inside this href, it is pointing to one web resource, a link. This is the anchor tag. Now this text will be visible in the form of link. This text will be visible in the form of link. Now this is what we are calling external link. External link. And what is this target does? What is this target does? If I don't have this target, observe what is the output. If I don't have the target, save it, go live. Now don't think that images will come now because I have changed the images. We'll see that. As of now, Facebook is there. If I click on the Facebook, what happens? It is going to facebook.com, right? In the same web page, in the same web page. So I don't want to load this facebook.com in the same web page. I need to use the different tab. I need to use the different tab. It should be opened. It should be opening in the different tab, new tab. That will be more convenient, right? More organized. So that is why I'm giving the target underscore blank. Target underscore blank. Now observe what is the difference. If I click on this Facebook, it is going to open that web page in the new tab. It is going to open that web page in the new tab. That is what we are achieving through target attribute. Target underscore blank. Now here I need to get the logo, Pixabay, Pixabay image. Pixabay image. Now in the current directory, in the current directory, just type dot slash. Dot represents the current directory. In the current directory, we have what? images folder, index.html file, and also pixabay jpg. I want this pixabay jpg. If something happens, if something happens, this is the alternative text. This is the alternative text. Pixabay image. Now, see here, we cannot able to see it right around. We cannot able to see it. So that is why what I'll say, width, width is equal to something like 300. Now observe. Now it is somewhat visible. In case of width, height will be automatically adjusting. Height will be height will be automatically adjusting. Height will be automatically adjusting. Still, if you want, you can give the height. You can give the height. Height. Something like 300. Height will be adjusting. Sorry, height we are giving it explicitly. If you automatically it is going to adjust, okay, not exactly, but it is going to adjust to the width. See, if I say 250, see here, if I say height, what happens? Height, height is equal to 250. Observe the difference between previous and this one, something like shrinked, right? So that is why what happens, if you don't give this, height will be automatically adjusting. Height will be automatically adjusting. Then it will be a nice image. You don't get any shrinked type of. Now, if something happens, save it. I'm removing this G. Now, alternative text picks up the image. Picks up the image. Alternative text. If something goes wrong, if image is not available, then this alternative text will be visible. Picks up the image. Alternative text. That is what we are doing through alternative. Alternative. Now, here, here, image is in the current folder. Image is in the current folder. But image, images in real development, we will be creating one folder for images purpose only. We'll be creating one folder for images purpose only. For the home screen, I'll be having these many images that I'll be keeping inside the images folder. Then another folder called home page images. Then another folder called about page images. There will be keeping all the images. Then here will be wherever we want, we can refer it. Now observe, in the current folder, images folder I have. In the images folder, we have two options, two images, laptop and Pixabay. Laptop or images. Laptop JPG. Save it and create the laptop image. So this is what we are calling internal links, internal links, internal links. Now, some more things on the internal links. Observe here, index.html is there. Index.html is there. See here, I have one logo. Okay, I have one logo. In the images folder, udemy.png. No, sir. What will be the display? This is the top of the page, external link. You know this. Internal links. Observe carefully. We have one link, about page. Then we have the image. Now go to the about.html. I'm creating one HTML called about.html in the same folder. About.html. Now here we are linking to index.html by using anchor tag href. This is what? About page. About page. Now if I click on back home, it will be going to what? Home page. Home page. This page. If I click on this, it is going to home page. If I click on about page, it is going to about page. Internal links in the index.html. In the index.html, there is a link to about.html file. In the index.html, there is a link to about.html. In the about.html, there is a link to there is a link to index.html. This is what we are calling internal links. Internal links, navigating in the web pages. Now, observe here. What is the output here? See, this is the top of the page. Now, I need to scroll down. Here I have one image. Okay, what happens if I have so many things? Something like here, paragraph tag. Yesterday we have seen Lauren, right? So something like 5,000 words, if I say Lauren, 5,000. Enter, big text, 500 words, dummy text. Okay, dummy text. Now, here observe. I need to scroll all the way down. Here I have the image. Now, if I need to go back to the top, if I need to go back to the top, I need to scroll up, scroll up. This is problem. Okay. If I have the link, if I have the link here to go back to the top of this page, that would be better. So that is what we are achieving here. See, you'll come to know about the IDs later. Now, hash home. Okay, hash home. I need to create one tag containing this ID. This is the ID name. Okay, ID name href hash home. Where I'm creating this, ID is equal to home. ID is equal to home. This is the value. Attribute is the ID. Attribute value is home. ID home. I'm identifying this element through this ID. I'm identifying this element through this ID. This is the top of the page. This is the top of the page. Now, this ID I'm representing here at the end by using the anchor tag href hash home. This is the ID. If I click on this, it will be take me to the top. It will be taking me to the top of the page. We'll come to know what is IDs are. Okay. In CSS. ID. Now I'm identifying this element through this ID. Okay. Home. Now, if I want to go to this ID, means if I want this element should be displayed. Okay. That is what I'm doing here. I'm giving the ID link hash home. This is the value, ID value. Then, if I click on this link, it will be taking me to top, very top of the page. Now, empty links. See here. If I don't have any link, if I don't have any link, if I don't have any link, you can represent it through hash, simply hash. Okay, simply hash. If this attribute does not contain any link, then you can represent it through hash. Simply hash, empty link that represents the empty link. Now, usage of super and sub. I'm sorry, super and sub. Super script and subscript. Okay, superscript and subscript. Now have h1 element. Now whatever is under super, this will be in the form of like a square. If you are representing some number square, what you will do? 2 power 2, like that. Okay. Now sub means it is coming under. This is superscript. This is subscript. This is superscript. Whatever I'm keeping inside the superscript. Here, whatever I'm keeping inside the subscript. Simple. What you can do is need to use sub. Can't represent 2 square. Now strong element. What that means? If I keep any content inside this strong element or tag, that will be in the bold. Sub means subscript. Subscript. Sub means subscript. Below it will come. Super means sub means superscript. SUP. SUP means superscript. SUB means subscript. great. Here, whatever I kept under strong, that is coming as bold. Then EM tag is there. Emphasis. Now that will be coming in the form of like this emphasis. Something like, you know you can keep this as, you can use these things for quotes and all those things. Okay, quotes, some quote is there, you can keep under this. Now how to use the special characters. Special characters. Special characters. I want to use the copyright symbol. Copyright symbol. Which one? Strong. See, whatever you are keeping under strong, see this much, that will be coming in the form of bold. Bold. It will be bold. See, font will be what? Regular will be there. Bold will be there. We are getting in the bold. In case of emphasis, we know emphasis. EM means emphasis. EM. EM tag. Yes, yes, of course. Then only you will get the functionality. Yes, the style will change. Font style will change. Or both emphasized and bold. Keep it inside the strong. That's it. Emphasis element. Keep it inside the strong element. Possible. What happens here? Let's say here, what I'll do, it is not the ideal, but which one? Heading one. All these things, it is not the ideal usage. It is not the ideal usage. So this one we are enclosing within what? Paragraph or not? Already paragraph is there or not? Inside the paragraph, we have what? Strong. Here inside the another strong element, I have the emphasized element. How to get the special characters? I want to get the copyright symbol. I want to get the copyright symbol. What is the result I'm getting? Corporate symbol. Ampersand. If you say ampersand, and let's say something like I don't know what are these symbols are. Simply we'll try some symbol. Diamond. No, it indicates that we want some symbol. Okay, we want some symbol. If I say ampersand, we want some symbol. You need to tell what that symbol is. In my case, something like this one. Some symbol. Any symbol you want. Any symbol you want. Okay. We need to select here. If you press simply A, whatever under A, alphabet A, those symbols will be listed out. According to your requirement, you can use. That is the way of including the symbol. Symbol. Yeah, you can add no issues. But again, you have to use what? Links. You have to use the links. You need to uh, you need to display that image. How we are displaying the image? How we are displaying the image? By using img tag, right? Image tag. Image tag. Okay, that is all the basics. App 2. Give me a minute, guys. Sorry for the inconvenience, guys. So here, observe HR, HR tag. It is also doesn't contain ending tag. It is only having only one tag. It does not have the ending tag. Ending tag. See here, this is the starting tag and this is the ending tag. How we are representing? By using forward slash, forward slash, ending tag. In case of BR, we'll get the break line break. But in case of HR, we'll get the thematic horizontal line. Horizontal line. What? In case of HR, observe carefully. I'll show you the output itself. What are we getting? Some kind of line. Some kind of line. Horizontal line. Horizontal line. So that is what we are calling the thematic break. Thematic break or horizontal rule. Horizontal rule. We already know this BR tag. Usage of BR. You will get one break, line break, right? This is the paragraph element. Here I'm giving what? Line break. Here I'm giving what? Line break. See? Sorry, what? If you want to give the tab, you want to leave the space here. Here, here starting itself. Like this. I'm sorry. HTML is white space collapsing. HTML is white space collapsing. That means what? Whatever extra space is there, that will be removed. Okay. Whatever extra space is there, that will be removed. Still, if you want, we can do it. There is another. We need to do another thing for that. Okay. Still, if you want the spaces, we can achieve it by some other function is there. That means by using other technique, we can able to get to that space here. But default, by default, HTML is white space collapsing. Whatever extra space is there, that will be removed. Fine. Now, yesterday we have seen this. Style is the attribute, color is the CSS property, red is the value. Style is the attribute, color is the CSS property, blue is the CSS value. Font size is the CSS property, 50px is the CSS value. Now this is the paragraph element. By default, paragraph will be visible in some font size. By default, I'm overriding that font size to 50 pixels. Font size 50 pixels. Actually, it is a paragraph element. Actually, it is a paragraph. By default, paragraph will be coming. By default, paragraph will be coming in this size. I'm normal. Okay. But here we are overriding that size. Font size 50 pixels. Here for the body, for the body, while I'm referring to body, it means the entire page, whatever the visible page is there, the entire page. I'm changing the style. What style I'm going to change? What property I'm going to use? Background color property. Value is powder blue. The background color of this web page will be in the powder blue color. That is what I'm achieving. Okay. Now, element wise, how to set the background color? Element wise, how to set the background color? H1 heading. For the heading element, what is the background color? Powder blue. For the paragraph, what is the background color? Tomato. So always use the semicolon after each and every CSS property and value. Why? Because we might have another property to declare, something like font size or font family. Font size, I'll be setting it to 20 pixels. Two property values now. That is why I'm giving the semicolon. Background color powder blue for H1 element. Background color tomato for paragraph element. Now, if you simply say color, yesterday only we have seen, we simply say color, what happens? We simply say color, it's going to change the color of this text, whatever the content we have, whatever the content we have. It is going to change the color of this text. This is heading. This is heading. The color of this text, this is heading, will be in the powder blue now. By default, it is in the black color. Default color is what? Black color. Now here also, if I say color, font color, content font color will be in the tomato color. Now observe. For the H1 element style, what is the font family? So I'm specifying more than one font family. Vardhana, Geneva, Tahoma, Sans serif. Why is this? If because of some reason Vardhana is not available, then Geneva will be the priority. If because of some reason Geneva is not available, Tahoma will be priority. Likewise, assume that Vardhana is not available, Geneva is available. It will be using Geneva now. Likewise. But as of now, we have the Vardhana also and courier new also. H1 will be displayed in the Vardhana font family. Paragraph element will be displayed in the courier new font family.
Sir, do we have any priorities in this font family?
Yes, here we are specifying the priorities itself. Courier new in the sense, first priority will be going for courier new font. Here Vardhana seems it says that it will be the first priority while rendering the page. Now second priority is Geneva, third priority is Tacoma, fourth priority is sans serif. If you want sans serif in the beginning itself, sans serif. If you want monospace in the beginning itself, monospace. H1 and paragraph. H1 is in what? Sans serif. Paragraph is in what? Monospace. Font size. Font size. Style is equal to font size. If I say 100%, original size 100%. Original size. Whatever the H1 is there, original size. That will be the font size. Whatever the original size is there for paragraph. Observe. Paragraph and headings are coming in the same font size because of 100%. Now if I say 150%, observe the difference. Whatever the original size is there, 100%. For that, incrementing 50%. If I say 500%, so by using this font size, you can control. See, in case of pixel, what happens? What I'm getting? This is the size of 100 pixels. If I say percentage, some size will be fixed as a original size, 100%. Actually, heading is in the different size. Heading will come what? By default, larger. But here, if I say 100%, both are coming in the same size. That means one size is fixed for 100% size. In that size, it is displaying. Now, this paragraph you want in the 200 size, 200%. But if we say pixel, that is different. Pixels is different. Now text align, center. Text will be aligned to the center of the web page. Text will be aligned to the center of the web page. Text align left. Text will be aligned to the left of the web page. It also. This is justify. Ask the paragraph. See here, assume that in the right or in the normal text, paragraph I have, I am normal paragraph. Lorem, something like 200 words. See what I'm getting here? This is the format I'm getting. But if you say justify, I'm sorry, for the same thing, I'll say that justify. Whatever is there, sorry. Justify. Observe the changes. It is in the neat format. Both the sides are equal. Both the sides are equal. Text will be adjusting to the both sides. Right and left. It is like some kind of book format. That is what happens if we say justify. Now, we have already used the strong, right? Now, there is similar functionality we can able to achieve through B. This text will be in the bold. Now, italic, if you want to get the italic font, include that in the I tag. Now we have already seen super and subscript. This is bold, this is italic. Now, let me check with the rest strong. First one is bold, this is strong. Same effect we are getting. Same effect. Autocorrect.
Like in the paragraph, if you first sentence sir, like it indicates a sir, this is around what
While you are typing. That is the that we can achieve through JavaScript, not here. JavaScript. We should write the code. We can achieve it through JavaScript. See, there is a lot of things. If you want to achieve those kind of functionality, we need to use so many things. Okay. Now, sir, small, small tag. This is smaller text. By default, this is the paragraph font size. We say small. It will come in the small text.
small means
See, actually, what happens here? We can override the font size, right, Aram? Whichever the font size I want, for that font size I can able to set. But these are tags are in handy,
yeah, you can say that.
handy, right? Want the small, you can go first. Want bold, you can go for bold. Want for some of the size, okay?
Instead of small, we can write it in 50%.
Instead of small, you can go for style, and you can specify that font size will be something like 5 pixels or 4 pixels. That will be coming in the font smaller, small font, right? Size will be smaller. But these are all the in handy, handy.
Small is only for font size. It's not for alphabet. Like I thought small things are all small.
No, 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 not like that. Not like that. Now, what is the usage of mark? Mark, mark. See, in the textbook, we can able to mark using the marker. Some important text is there. We can highlight, right? Using the marker. Those kind of functionality we are getting. Using mark. Now, here, DEL, delete, DEL. What happens? That the text will be something like scratched. Text will be visible, but on top of that, one solid line will be coming, scratched, like that. Observe quotation. So if some quote is there or any dialogue is there, in the books, someone said this, that will be in the form of like quotes. So how it is going to display? You can keep that text in the block quote. Block quote. Now how it is coming? Observe here. It is alignment wise. It is in the center, and it has been given double quotes, and we have the space here. So something to represent a quote. It is not actually a quote, block of quote. That means what? More words are there. Something like paragraph kind of thing. If you simply want the quote, another tag will go. Now observe, if I simply use the Q, if I simply use the Q, whatever it is inside the Q tag that has been given, what is this? Some special kind of quotation mark. Now, we can also set the border for this element. We can create the border for this element. What is the size? 2 pixels. Style is solid. Color is tomato. We can get the border for this element. Size is 2 pixels. Solid torture. This is the output we are getting. Border property. Solid means solid line. You say dotted. No, this one. We can also set the color by using RGB. RGB. We can mix the colors. R means what? Red, green, blue. So if I mix these values, I'll get one color. And also you can specify the color by using hash. Hash value. Now, how we can use the CSS inside our HTML? How we can use the CSS inside HTML? Separate topic is there, CSS. For now, how to include the style. in our HTML. CSS means cascading style sheets. There are three ways: inline CSS, internal CSS, external CSS. Cascading style sheets. Cascading style sheets. Inline CSS, internal CSS, external CSS. What is inline CSS? This is exactly we are calling inline CSS. Inline CSS. In the tag itself, in the element itself, you are specifying the style. Inline CSS. In the tag itself, in the element itself, you are specifying the style. That is inline CSS. Now, what is the internal CSS? Internal CSS. In the head section, in the head section, within the style tag, we need to create the style tag. Within the style tag, for the body, what is the style? For the H1 element, what is the style? For the paragraph element, what is the style? For the body, background color will be powder blue. For the H1 element, color will be blue. For the paragraph element, color will be red. Entire body now will be in the powder blue. Now, we can have any number of H1 elements. All that H1 elements will be in the font color blue. All the paragraph elements content will be in the red. This is what we are calling internal CSS. Internal CSS. Now we'll see external CSS. So I'll be creating a separate file. I'll be creating a separate file called styles. Extension will be .css. Extension will be .css. Here for the body background color powder blue. For the H1 element color content will be blue. For the paragraph element content will be pink. How we are linking? We need to link that file. We need to link that file. Link relative path. That means here REL. REL means relationship. Okay, not the relative path. Relationship. REL means relationship. What is it related? Related to style sheet. Is related to style sheet. It should be exactly as it is. Style sheet. Related to style sheet. href. Hyperlink. Current folder styles file. Current folder styles file. We are linking that. This is what we are calling external CSS. We are getting the style. We are getting the style. Style is specified through external file. Style is specified through external file. External CSS. We have seen inline CSS. We have seen internal CSS. We have seen external CSS. Now you can specify any number of properties and values. For the H1, color will be blue, font family will be Courier New, font size will be 300%. Multiple properties and values possible. Multiple properties and values by using semicolon as a separator. Semicolon. This is the CSS property, this is the CSS value. Font family is the CSS property. All these things are value. Then hash. What hash? Pixel, PX, right? Mixed color. Okay. You can go for, see here. Color RGB. So red will be, I don't know what color it will come. Green will be 500. Blue will be 100. Some color. So actually there will be a, let me take it as color. This color. Specify no issues. And also you can go for what? This is black color. Color code. Color code. Color code. Here you can choose any color. I'll choose the this color. This is the code for this color. See what happens here. If you know the color, okay, some inbuilt colors are there, standard colors. What is that? Green, blue, white, black. You can simply specify the color name. But if you want the mixed colors, you want some specific unique colors, you want it, then you can use what? Hash or RGB. Then you can get the required color specific according to your requirement. Observe here. Observe here. Here, border. 2 pixels is solid. Padding. What is padding and what is margin? What is padding? What is margin? Answer here. For the first paragraph, border will be 2 pixels solid, color will be powder blue. Now padding. This is what we are calling padding. Okay? Padding. You can increase the padding, something like 300 number padding. We are getting more padding. Margin. On the left side, right side, 500. Let me go for small. Let's say 100. Margin. And also you can observe on top also I'm getting whatever the paragraph element I have. For those, this is the style. Totally I have somewhat 5 paragraphs, 4 paragraphs. For all those paragraphs, this is the style. See here, around the element, what you are getting the space. Around the element, content. Around the content, what you are getting. That is what we are calling padding. Margin, 10 pixels, only 10 pixels. No, sir. Today we have seen links. I want to set the link as the image. If I click on that image, it should go to the, it doesn't matter where it should go. But what matters is if I click on that image, that should, that should follow some link. So something like image. I'm saving this image, save as. So currently we are in the app 8. Google. Save it. Now img tag, image tag, src. Alternative text. Google. See, my intention is to get the image as link. Inside the anchor tag, I'm including the image tag. Link can be anything. It can be a text, it can be an image, any element. It can be any element. No, sir. We'll see two things now. There are two types of elements, block level elements and inline elements. Now, div is the tag, it is a kind of block level element. What that means? Block level and inline. Div is a tag or element. Div is a tag or element. It is the block level element. Block level. Block. Block level element. In case of block level element, it is going to take full length of the web page. Full length of the web page to indicate how much space, to indicate how much it is taking. It is taking full length. That is why I'm setting the background color. Now we have span. In case of span, it is the inline element. Inline element. Span is the inline element. Span. Span is the inline element. In case of inline element, in case of inline element, it is not going to start in a new line. In case of div, it is going to start in a new line. In case of span, in case of inline, it is not going to start on a new line. And it is only taking how much space, how much width it is needed. Now here, background color I'll set style is equal to background color. Order 2 pixels solid black. Observe the difference. How much width is needed? That much only it is taking, not the entire width, not the entire available width. how much it is needed, that much only. And one more thing, it is not going to start in a new line. One more span tag I'm including in the same line only. In case of div, but in case of div, it is going to start in a new line. It is going to start in a new line. But in case of span, it is not going to start in a new line, the same line itself, continue. And how much width is needed, that much only it is taken, not more than that. In the interview, they'll ask, what is the difference between div tag and span tag? Now we'll come to class. Which one? Div and span. In case of div is a type of element or tag. It comes under block level. Block level. Block level element. What is the functionality? It is going to take full width, available full width in the web page. In case of span, complete, that the block will be complete width, available width, web page, complete available width in the web page. In case of span, it is the inline element. How much it needed? How much needed? That means content. How much content is there? That much only it is going to take. Not much. And one more difference. In case of div, always it is going to start a new line. If we are specifying another div element, it is going to start in a new line. But in case of span, in the same line only. In the same line only. In case of span, in the same line only it is continuing. If you are keeping another span element, in the same line only it is continuing, not the new line. Now observe, what are classes? How we can make use of the class? Div tag, it is the block level tag. Class is the attribute city. It comes under city class. It comes under city class. Now another div tag. This is also comes under city class. Another div tag. This is also comes under city class. This is also comes under city class. Now whichever the elements are with the class name as city, for those elements, this is the style. We can identify the elements by using the class name. Group of elements, right? We can get the group of elements. We can able to set the style for group of elements. Whatever comes under city group, those elements style will be this style. Assume last two, ABC. This is ABC. Now observe, save it, refresh. two elements are not under class. That is fine. Now, here one more thing. If you want to specify the class name, you should include the tag in the style tag. See here what we are using here, internal CSS, internal CSS. Within the style tag, now dot class name, okay, dot name of the class. Now the same thing, I want to specify for the ABC, whichever the elements are under ABC, dot ABC. Background color will be something like darker blue. Font color will be dot. See this dot. Using this dot, what we are representing here, I'm representing the class. What class? Dot. Which class name? Syntax. This is the syntax. Okay. Dot. What is the name of the class? Name of the class. Now, whichever the elements are under this class name, ABC, those elements style will be this.
Whatever we type inside of dot, that is class.
Yeah. After dot, after dot. Okay. After dot.
Dot represents all the class.
Here, the name. I'm representing the name of the class. Okay. Here. What is class in the sense? Can I consider um, something like here? Assume that in your class, only CSRIS mechanical. Yeah. Only mechanical students will be there in your class. Right or wrong? Only mechanical. In the CS class, only CS students will be there. Right or wrong? I'm specifying, I'm identifying that a class. Only mechanical students will be there. Syllabus will be same or not? Yes. Whatever comes under that class, whatever the students are coming under that class, syllabus will be same. Right? Like that we can think. Only one element is under city, this style. Two elements are under what? ABC. ABC class. So today's task. What is the task? We have seen ID. Have you seen ID? Yeah, little bit, right? ID. ID. Now, what is the difference between ID and a class? What is the difference between ID and a class? ID and a class. ID and a class. See here. In case of ID,
Sir,
new folder, HTML ID. HTML ID. HTML ID. Observe ID. Now I'm specifying somebody. Umar Hassan is saying they can give same class name for different elements or classes. ID is unique. That means what? Here ID attribute. No, sir. Here. City and ABC is there. Now, hash city. ID will be representing in the form of hash. Here we are specifying the ID. In case of class, a group of classes. But in case of ID, only one element, individual, unique.
Every and class is different.
Let's say class, group of elements, right? Similar.
Personal
If I say ID, for that particular element, this is the particular style. Now observe the difference. Difference observe. In case of class, you can represent a group of elements, all will be in the same style. But here, observe city is there. Now one city is there. And here ABC is there. I have two elements with the ABC. Observe here. This is ID. This is ID. Create the observe carefully. Now, in case of ID, you can go for unique elements. Okay, unique elements. Unique elements. Here, if I say for this also ID, there won't be any meaning. ID means what? Unique. For this particular element, this is the ID. Now, let's say XYZ. That is the ID. XYZ. What this XYZ? What is the style? XYZ. Background color will be something like some colors. So, see, in case of class, group of elements can have the same style.
color it was same, sir.
Style, whatever it is. Style.
Class style.
Style will be same for all the elements. But in case of ID,
We can change for every
yeah, individually you can able to specify the style. For individual tags, individual elements, we can give the style. That is representing through one unique ID. So that is enough for today. We'll see more in-depth concepts HTML tomorrow. One announcement, guys. Week to week, every week, Saturday, you'll be having the test. Okay? Test. Both online people and offline people, both should come to the institute and write the test. If any of you are performing low, low performance, those will be called to attend the offline class. For attending online, they should come and attend the offline class. Every week will be having the test. Whatever, based on whatever we have covered in the week. Okay, please answer your attendance. Bhargavi,
Present, sir.
Yashaswini,
Yes, sir.
Sai Shri Lahari, Pulla Rishika, Samrat, Srinivas, Madhushri, Rahul Gowda, Sachin,
Present, sir. Sir, Rahul
Present, sir.
present.
Sir, Sai Shri Lahari present, sir.
Madhushri, Srini, Srinivas, yeah. Sachin,
Present, sir.
Sachin PR,
Present, sir.
yes, okay. Harsha,
Present, sir.
Abhishek,
Present, sir.
Sunil Kumar,
Present, sir. Yes, sir.
Shraddha,
Present, sir.
Saurabh, yes, Jain.
Present, sir.
Okay. Saurabh, yes, Jain. Namrata Prabhu,
Present, sir.
Archana M.
Present, sir.
Archana M. Sarki, Omar,
Present, sir.
Yes, sir.
Omar, Said,
Yes, sir.
Alavi, Alim,
Yes, sir.
Ashita, Akshata,
Present, sir.
Rahul Belavadi, Mohammad Usman, Main Ahmad. Okay. So please practice. Okay, if you don't practice, you don't get the concept. You should get hands-on. You should get the, like practical knowledge. Then only you get the clarity on concepts. Practice all these things. We'll continue tomorrow. Have a good day. Thank you.